The world of Animal Crossing might seem like an adorable paradise, but it can really be as dark, disturbing, and as mysterious as you like, if only you have the key. The key in this case is your imagination. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. This is Top 10 Gaming and I'm your host Amanda McKnight. Today we're going to be once again exploring the dark and unexplained side of one of the top 10 best-selling Nintendo game franchises as we count down the top 10 Animal Crossing conspiracy theories. So get ready to get a little spacey with me as we puzzle out some of Animal Crossing's darkest mysteries. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. The empty litter box. A strange mystery comes out of specific furniture you can access in Animal Crossing. You can find little pet beds and litter boxes for your potential furry feline pets, and yet there seems to be no way to get one of your own. Is it possible that this is a world where the cats who roam your villages were once domesticated pets, but who have now somehow evolved to become more sentient beings? And that these pieces of furniture are simply relics of the old world? Or are there pet versions of cats somewhere out there? And how different are they than the villagers that you call your neighbors? And also, if so, where did all those cats go? Number 9. Making murderers. One of the neat things in Animal Crossing is how much you can customize the game, building your own clothes patterns and even your own art to decorate with. However, is this just to give you freedom of expression, or is something more insidious happening here? For some reason, many have been drawn to using the design tools in the game to create all kinds of horrific decor when it comes to wallpaper and flooring, and even when it comes to art. Creating blood splatter designs, which they then place throughout their island to make it resemble some kind of horrific murder scene. People have also been drawn to creating occult symbols as well in the game. Is this just horror enthusiasts having some good old horror-inspired fun, or is there some subliminal messaging in the game that could be inspiring people to create these kinds of designs? Some secret Cthulhu melodies hidden within the soothing Animal Crossing music? Probably not, but really it's a fun conspiracy to consider. I don't think Animal Crossing will make you evil, but maybe it will. Number 8. Brain dead. What's strange in the game is that not all animals seem to be created equal when it comes to their sentience. Some animals get to be your neighbors who can walk, talk, explore, and live in houses, while others are resigned to simply being the creatures that get fished out of the rivers or sea, or the birds that serve simply to notify you of new messages on the message board. And yet there are no other wild animals to be seen or heard of. How come there are wild animals like the white owl on the notification board, but then there are also evolved and intelligent owls like Blathers and Celeste? What makes them different? Is it possible that these other creatures who are not able to talk are being punished for something? That they have somehow had their brain capacity reduced? And if so, who would do such a thing and why? What did these former animal villagers do to deserve such a repetitive fate? Number 7. ABEL and NOOK. The ABEL sisters are the seamstress sisters who will visit your town, city, or island and eventually set up their shop there. Originally you believe there are just 2 of them, until it's revealed they also have a third estranged sister who changed her name to LaBelle, but used to be known as Label. Their whole backstory is pretty tragic, to be honest, but the more you get to know and connect with Sable, the elder of the original 2 as the games go on, the more you will learn about their backstory. One interesting fact is that Sable ABEL knew Tom Nook when he was a young raccoon, who she described as having a very pure spirit. They used to write letters to one another, and each night before she went to sleep, Sable used to wish that Tom Nook's spirit would always remain as pure. Sometimes Tom Nook even acknowledges this past relationship. The question is, will we see them reunite in New Horizons? And will we potentially learn more about their relationship and possibly their past romance? Is it also possible that Nook was somehow involved in the ABEL sisters' tragic past, so that he could remain close to Sable, who perhaps distanced herself somewhat when Nook became a less innocent and powerful entrepreneur, losing some of that pure spirit, no doubt, that she loved about him? Did he cause tragedy so that she would have to come to his towns? Number 6. Staff homes. A curious thing that we never see in the game is where the staff sleep. Well, except for Blathers. We know he's always standing at his post in the museum. Blathers never even goes outside. or goes to the bathroom it seems. He is always at the front of the museum and just sleeps there during the day, though he doesn't seem to mind even if you interrupt his slumber for an inquiry or a donation. Dutiful owl that he is. But we also don't know where Timmy and Tommy sleep, or where Tom Nook or Isabel sleeps either. Is there a secret entrance somewhere to their underground homes? Do they live in their respective work buildings? And if they do, how do they get up to potentially the second level where I'm assuming they sleep? Where are the stairs? Do they use a ladder as we do to climb outside in New Horizons? Do they live underwater? And why doesn't Blathers get a home or ever get to take a break? Or is there a clone of Blathers that's like relieving him? Number 5. Your father is dead and your mom likely killed him. Or is at least covering up that he's potentially passed on. Your mom in the game Animal Crossing will frequently send you mail, though you can never respond to her or attempt to contact your father either. However, while your mother writes often and sends you gifts, your father is remarkably silent in the letters department. You might hear about him from your mom, but usually that is to acknowledge how flawed this mysterious man is. And he will occasionally write to you on Father's Day, but doesn't really say much about himself, making me think that someone is impersonating him. And perhaps your mother is even writing these Father Day letters each year to hide the truth from you or protect you from the fact that he passed while you were away. He also sends you a carnation on Father's Day. While red carnations are typically a symbol of love and admiration, carnations themselves are a popular Mother's Day flower, with pink carnations even being closely associated with the symbol of motherhood, with the Christian legend suggesting that they sprang up from the earth, growing from Virgin Mary's tears. Number 4. Haunted gyroids. Gyroids are currently missing from the world of New Horizons. In previous games, these were the fun, fire hydrant looking pieces of furniture who made music while flailing their arms around. In fact, you could activate them in a specific order in an effort to recreate known tunes, or simply to make your own music. In the Japanese version, they are referred to as hinawa. Hinawa in Japanese culture are an actual thing, but they are known as being burial figures, statues buried with the dead. So if gyroids can move and sing, it's possible that they are not just fun pieces of musical furniture, but are instead burial statues, which are haunted by spirits that are crying out via their sporadic movements and music to be freed from their clay prison. Number 3. Enslaved gyroids. If gyroids aren't haunted figures, they might be something even worse, and this theory could explain why we have yet to see them turn up in Animal Crossing New Horizons, other than the gyroid NPC known as Lloyd. With Lloyd being first introduced in Animal Crossing City Folk and appearing as an anthropomorphic gyroid who is not furniture but is actually sentient, has a job, and can speak, it begs the question, how come the other gyroids were resorted to being mere furniture? Are they also sentient, but we simply have somehow enslaved them to be used only as furniture? Or is Lloyd some kind of magical or haunted being all his own, and it's the other gyroids that are the standard? Is Lloyd furniture come to life, or have we unknowingly participated in enslaving a group of sentient beings that are the gyroids? Number 2. FNAF crossover? Zipper T Bunny is a character who many believe is actually not a real bunny and is someone in a bunny suit in disguise. There have been various theories, with many Animal Crossing fans believing for a long time that Zipper T Bunny was the former mayor in Animal Crossing Tortimer. However, this theory was disproved due to them both being around at the same time. So, who is Zipper T Bunny, and why does he or she not want anyone to know their true identity? What if it's because a Zipper T isn't even from the Animal Crossing games, but is a murderer who is used to dressing up in a bunny costume from another franchise? That's right, Zipper T could very well be William Afton, who is going undercover in Animal Crossing trying to hide. More specifically, as Glitch Trap even, trying to hide in the code of another game to avoid getting deleted. Unfortunately, while this is one of my favorite conspiracy theories, other than the two sharing similarities in terms of design, that's kind of all we have really to support this conspiracy. As Zipper T Bunny first appeared in Animal Crossing City Folk in 2008, while the first Five Nights at Freddy's game did not come out till 2014. But hey, this could be a fun crossover fact we could see retconned or hinted at in the future. Who knows? Animal Crossing, FANF, call each other. Number 1. Tortimer is dead. Before New Horizons was even released, fans were concerned at the lack of Tortimer that we were seeing. The elderly tortoise was known for his role as the town mayor previously, but in New Horizons that's now kind of your role as the player. So what happened to old Tort? Well, in New Leaf he retired, but we have yet to see him in New Horizons, making everyone believe that he died. People even thought his tomb was visible in previews leading up to the game's launch. I personally wouldn't be surprised if Franklin cooked him into one of the Harvest Festival feasts as revenge for Tortimer trying to serve him as the main course during the festival all those years ago. Thank you so much for watching. What are some of your theories and your favorite conspiracies in regards to Animal Crossing? Are there any other characters from the previous games that you're still missing? Do you miss some of the darker side of the original versions of these characters and the Animal Crossing games? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're on your way down there, be sure to give this video a share if you know someone else who likes to ponder the more dark mysteries and lore that could be lurking beneath the bright and cheerful facade belonging to Animal Crossing. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!